Hey everyone, it's Ben Hardy here, and in today's video we're going to be going over a 2022 Acura RDX PMC edition. First and foremost, so a huge shout out and thank you to Jody Wilkinson Acura and the new owner for giving me some time with this RDX PMC edition. I'm going to include a link to Jody Wilkinson Acura's inventory in the description down below, but let's get right into the video. So let's go over this PMC edition. First off, I want to mention this still has the same engine you get with all of the RDXs. It is the turbocharged 2-liter 4-cylinder, goes through 10-speed automatic transmission. It's good for 272 horsepower. Notice the body lines really stand out on the PMC edition, and then you guys can see down below you still have these same signature LED lights. I love how they do a bunch of little projector bulbs. I think that looks really good. And then notice the black accenting here to the side. You guys can see a little bit closer with the texture on that. It looks fantastic. We do have parking sensors integrated here into the front as well, and you can see the fog lights here at the bottom of the bumper. And then notice how you have the gloss black trim right there. So you kind of have some like gloss integrated with some matte trim all over to kind of break things up. I love the look of the grille. Again, all blacked out because it's supposed to have a sporty theme. You've got the Acura logo that doubles as a sensor. Then there's a camera there at the bottom of the logo. And overall, just this thing looks fantastic. Let me tell you, the camera does not do this color justice. It is so bright. I remember when I saw this in person for the first time, I was like, wow, it just absolutely pops. It's similar to a color that I'd probably do because just how bright it is. And then this is another part of the PMC edition is the blacked out wheels that you actually get with the package. And you guys can see they've gone for a design with a ton of spokes, which looks really cool. And then you guys can see the tire width and everything right there. Just decided to throw that in because, you know, why not? But yeah. Wheels look absolutely fantastic. And then notice how you have an A-Spec badge. You'd expect to have a PMC badge, but no, you have an A-Spec badge there on the outside. And that's because the A-Spec package is part of this PMC edition. You guys will see that in the window sticker at the towards the end of the video. But here with the side view, looks fantastic. And with the contrast between the black and the blue, I think it's just great. Notice the mirrors are blacked out. The door handles are blacked out. And then this portion right here is also blacked out. So again, they're doing that for contrast. And then also the little side skirt there at the very bottom. And then notice the roof has been blacked out. And then you have the sunroof, so then the whole roof area is all black, which, again, just adds to the contrast on the PMC edition. And then actually popping here to the back, and you guys can see here from the 3/4 angle, this might be one of the best angles on the RDX because you can see those exhaust tips and everything. They look great. But you guys can see the taillights here. Nothing's really changed with that. And then again, another A-Spec badge right here, RDX badge, and then your SH all-wheel drive badge. You guys will notice there's not a single PMC badge on the exterior. And then I like how that portion's been darkened. And then you can see the blacked out exhaust tips here at the bottom, which again, add to that sporty flair that you get with this. And then notice the diffuser here at the bottom is finished in gloss black, so it kind of pops out more. There's more parking sensors here at the bottom there, and yeah, again, just looks really good with all of the badging. And then here's a key fob. It's your regular key fob, has the Acura logo on the back, have your auto stop start, the remote start, my bad on that. And then you're opening for the hatch auto stop start. That's a Ben Hardy mistake you got to keep in the video because it's funny. Notice how it says RDX there on the rubber floor mat. And then you guys can see we've got the handles right there. You pull that and that actually throws down the second row seat. And there's actually a charging port here in the back as well. And then picking this up, I want to show you guys the mats with this are really cool. So notice how you have the black mats A-Spec, but then notice how they continued the Long Beach blue onto the mats itself. That's really cool attention to detail. And then there's some more storage space just there at the bottom. But yeah. Huge fan of what they did with the floor mat. And I really like the metallic trim there on those plaques. Like I said, I think it looks really nice. And obviously, got an automated hatch because, again, this is a fully loaded RDX. And that's a huge benefit of the PMC edition is, again, you're getting a fully loaded vehicle. And it's a special edition. Now, popping here to the rear, this is where the magic continues. You guys can see the interior really just contrasts nicely to the exterior with all of the white leather that you have. So you have some black leather, blue stitching, obviously to kind of tie into the exterior, but then notice you have the blue stitching with the white leather, and so it just, the interior pops with this particular vehicle. It just really stands out. And again, you can see that continues here to the interior with the piping and the Alcantara there in the center, finished in black. And just again, all of it is tied together very, very nicely. I think that Acura did a really good job with the design on this. I think it just looks really nice. And then notice rubber floor mats, which is practical here for Utah because it snows half the year. And then you guys probably can see there we've got the heated seats down there, and then you've got the charging area as well. And then you can see the panoramic center if it's opened here from this viewpoint. And then very gently closing it, of course. You guys can see popping here to the front. Obviously that theme continues, and if you guys are wondering, that little sticker is there just because this just had the windows tinted, so it's to kind of remind people don't roll them down. But again, you can see the theme continues there with the blue stitching and then the black and white leather, and then you guys can see that for the sound system. I love the look of the speakers with the RDX, and then it does have memory seats, which is a nice feature to have. And notice again with the plaque right there, A-Spec, doesn't say PMC edition. And then again with the seats, you can see the theme continues here to the front with the black Alcantara there in the center. And again, just really nice aesthetic overall. And then you've got your adjustments there on the side of the seat. And then you can see nice pedals there, but they do have some like rubber there on the top, which helps get a grip with your foot. And then you guys can see all the controls right here, your regular practical car stuff like the parking sensors, for example, stability control stuff for the safety tech, all that normal stuff. And then you guys can see the trim here and then the piano black trim. I think it all looks really nice. Paddle shifters there on the back of the steering wheel. And then the steering wheel is manually adjustable. And then you guys can see here with the gauge cluster, you get your regular RDX gauge cluster. Nothing's really been changed there. But notice the blue stitching on the steering wheel. And I just want to show you guys the whole thing. So you got perforated leather there. And then also, again, practical car controls. And then notice it says A-Spec again. Still nothing that says PMC edition. That blue stitching, though, makes the steering wheel absolutely pop. And then you have the regular infotainment system, so it's controlled via the keypad. It's not a touch screen. And then since it's fully loaded, you've got like the dual zone climate controls. You have heated, cooled seats for the front. You've got your drive mode select. You've got your gear selector right there. And then the control there for the infotainment system. And then you got the cup holder section. And then this is where you can see it's a PMC. And then you can see the build number on this particular one. Again, super limited edition car. But yeah, that's the only way you can tell this is a PMC edition. Obviously, if you're on the know and you know that, hey, it's bright blue, so that's a PMC edition. But if you don't, you're going to have to look at that plaque in the interior. And then notice the wireless phone charger is kind of hiding there at the bottom. But yeah, I love all the blue accenting all over. I think it looks absolutely fantastic. And then the Alcantara there, again, with the blue stitching really pops out. And I like how that all connects right there. And then you guys can see here at the top, the controls for the sunroof. And yeah, just really nice car, really nice spec. I think that they did an excellent job with speccing out this PMC edition. I think that it's just beautiful. It's one of the most striking vehicles that I have reviewed to date. I will say that 100%. And you guys can see it just looks really good from every single angle. There really isn't a bad angle. And then here's a window sticker that I want to show you guys. Again, Long Beach Blue Pearl Coat. That's the special color here for the PMC edition. You guys can see all the standard equipment that comes with the PMC. With the RDX rather, and then it shows you what comes with the PMC edition right here. So you guys can see everything that comes with that package. And notice it gives you every single package, so it's a fully loaded RDX. And this is where the PMC edition is such a good value, because you're getting a limited edition car, special paint color, and it's the price of a fully loaded RDX. So it's like a no-brainer getting one, I would say that. Now let's get some things up for a video on this 2022 Acura RDX PMC edition. Again, a huge shout out and thank you to the new owner and Jody Wilkinson Acura for giving me some time with this RDX PMC edition. Check out their inventory and link below. I'll see all of you in the next video.